Hello folks, welcome to the Flying Southerner channel. Today we are on 1 Delta 3-1 London Paddington to Oxford. We're on the GWE remaster. Yes, 2 GWE remaster videos back to back. Who would have thought it? Well, technically 3 if you count the short. Anyways, we are going to drive this HST on a service. We'll be calling it Slough and Reading on this service. We've got a branded train. Branded First Great Western train. We have 43022 on the front and 43003 on the rear. We're locomotives separated by, well, power cars separated by 8 Mark III coaches. We're gonna log in. We're gonna get registered on our GSMR 1 Delta 31. Obviously, a wildcard signal code because it can't see that as a D stock comes into London Paddington. I just like, you can see like loads of just random trains moving about. It's just cool. But yes, right, our key's on, rim forward. I'm going to pop the brakes down to initial. But yes, we are back on GWE. Because honestly, it's just a really good route. Because yeah, we've got obviously underground trains, commuter trains, high-speed trains. There's a cucumber flying about. And yeah, the second biggest UK timetable. So yes, it's good. Right, we've got about 20 seconds to departure, so we are going to get the doors closed. Doors should be shut on this HST. They are, so we are good to go. Well, we can put the brakes off into running and speed on to Slough. Let's go and see what we can see on this one. So yes, we are back on GWE, which is like an awesome route, I do have to say. Yeah, we are now taking a Great Western stock. We took it into Paddington last time and now we're taking it back out, so yeah, it's cool stuff. And there's already a train there that we've seen on our run, which is a Class 350. But it's supposed to represent the Class 360 in real life, which would operate the Heathrow Connect. There's a London Underground D stock there. Right, next. And we are going to continue proceeding along here along the Great Western Main Line. And let's full throttle up to 100 miles an hour as we take off from London. There's another First Great Western HST there. And we are passing Old Oak Common Depot. Fun thing about Old Oak Common is that there's a service you can do, which you just drive a HST power car with no carriages or the other power car attached. It looks weird, but it's kind of cool. Nigel DSD there. Yes, the HSTs are also guardable as well, so if you want to guard a HST, you can. Although one quirk I found with the HST guard panels is that you've got one panel where they can control both door sides. So you can have one that opens, so you press one button and then can open the left-hand doors, and then you have another button that can open the right-hand doors, which is kind of cool. There we go, passing another freight depot. So there's a 66 about to head out onto the line. We're like a 66. Yay. And I believe we're just about to pass Ealing Railway Station. Just looking for some tubes. Yes, there's tubes. So yes, this is the Ealing Railway Station. We are now passing through. And of course you've got the rail singing as well, which is just neat. It's just like really cool, the bell singing. Passing West Ealing, which will be passing the Tooting Footbridge. Well, I call it the Tooting Footbridge because there's a whistle board. Because the trains always honk here, which is just cool. Let's do a quick gratuitous bridge shot. Yes, they just nicked that from Train Simulator Driver. Also, hi Paul, if you happen to be watching this. Also, another TSW chat. Someone's made a GWR57XX Steam logo for the game, which I'm just like, that's just cool. It's a mod you get from Train Sim Community. So yeah, it's really cool. Yes, LaserJet has already made a video on it, and I'm like, okay, that's just cool. So I felt I might need to go and check it out. There's another shed passing us on the upslope. And this is where the trains divert off towards Heathrow Airport. So if you get a Heathrow Connect or Express or even the Elizabeth line, that is where the trains divert. I wonder if that's actually possible, because what I'm thinking is I might have to speak to someone who I know makes scenarios, but on the Elizabeth, but the Elizabeth line livery is featured on one of the on Malmay line as an AI layer. Would it be theoretically possible to be able to do a scenario from Paddington to Reading? Actually, no. Actually, yes, it would be, because Off the Rails exists. So that might be a fun little scenario to have a bit of a make. Oh, yeah. Anyways, we'll continue proceeding down here in the First Great Western HST. As we are now passing over. Wonder where that station got its name from. Might would just be the name of the town or something. And that's how cool the time's over. There's a HST there, GWR spec. And then you got a 166 just following, just basically chasing it on the downslope. Which is just really neat. And as we are passing, I believe this is Southall, or am I completely wrong? No, that's Lanley. Have enough. Right, anyways, we need to start thinking about slowing this beast down. So I'm going to start applying a bit of initial braking. A bit more in. Got a slowed in time for Slough Station so we don't overshoot. Bing. Yeah. Yes, the announcement system also works in the HSTs as well, so if you like your passenger announcements, they do exist. Well, some of them have those. They don't seem to function when you're in guard mode on the HST. Quite because I think if they had a guard, then they would be, you know, manually done. Yes, here we are at Slough. There we go.
This is a Great Western Railway service.
Yes, here we are at Slough Station. I'm just going to pop the train into neutral because we might need to get a thumbnail photo. That could work. Actually, let me just close the cab door really quick. We've got 2 minutes to kill, so... Photo mode. There we go. Let's lower the exposure. Give me usual photo tweaks. Like so. And that is our thumbnail shot done. Perfect. I've also discovered a mod that potentially can allow us into the guard compartment as well, so it might make it a bit more realistic during guard mode as the GWE HST passes us there. Let's get back in our power car. I've just realised we've been driving with tail lights the entire time. Oh my word. But yeah. Obviously, after this, there will be a quick run down towards Reading to complete the route. Where have you just come from? To Alpha 40. From Slough. Didn't realise you could terminate at Slough, but there you go. There's something new every day. Right, we're going to get our doors closed in preparation for our departure. We'll release the braking system as well. Let the air charge back up. There we go, and Reading in 17 miles time. And we'll be there in about 15 minutes. Well, it would help if I did that.
This is a Great Western Railway service to Oxford.
And also, for those who are like, where are the 387s? I want the 387s in the game. Don't worry, there's a way to get them. It's just that they're not included in timetable mode because, and I quote DCG Liam here, they basically, he said that they wouldn't add the, wouldn't add it as a layer Unless GWR gave them a license to do so, which is fair enough, I respect that. But for those who are like, I want to spawn in the GWR 387s, don't worry, I'll release a quick short tomorrow explaining how you do it. There we go. We'll just continue zooming along the Great Western Main Line. That's an orange to DSD there. As we see, you're going up a slight incline. Very 165, double 165 there. HST speeding through. But yes, that's the cool thing about this route. It's just so busy. I love it. Like, it's obviously not like you're going to get stuck in traffic. Well, you might sometimes on some runs. There's one run I did privately, which was one Romeo 2 that I got stuck behind a Heathrow Connect service for a bit before it looped off towards Hayes and Harlington. But yeah, obviously you might get stuck behind a train, but it's all cool, you don't mind. Still passing the gantries where the electrification would be if this route was set in 2020, but obviously it isn't. It's set in 2016, but the timetable is the 2017 timetable. Past the construction site for something or other. Am I right there? But yeah, it's like the amount of details that they've popped into this route is really cool. Yeah, so we'll be in Reading very shortly as well. Probably in the next 5 to 10 minutes we'll be in Reading Station. There's the DSD again. Yeah, what are your thoughts on the GWER remaster? Let me know down below. And if you've got any comments, I have ways that they could potentially pass it on to Dovetail for you guys. So yeah, obviously you would have to probably be through one of the ambassadors. A couple I do obviously watch quite regularly. Actually, I watch quite a lot of them regularly. Actually, all of whom are great people. You should, go check out. There's the DSD again. As we pass through, what's this? Twyford, so we'll be in Reading soon. Oh, we got a 95 coming up in a few miles' time. Alright, let's release the throttle. We'll start slowing down for the 95 that we've got rapidly approaching as we are on the approach into Reading Station. Right, and here we are at Reading Station on the final approach. There we go. WH Smith. Is that licensed or is that one of my mods? Because I think that's official. I would have to check. But yes, here we are at Reading Station. Let's open our doors. And yeah, here we are. So yeah, I will say thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. If you fancy it, subscribe and let me know what you think of GWE down below. Yeah, have a great one. Cheers.